Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit with Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today, Monday, November 25th, 2024. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the talk, or the tube, or not. Totally up to you. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We're excited for you. If some of it does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. And as always, if it doesn't fit, please do not make it fit, right? We're going to use the Rare Rebel deck. You can get it off of Etsy. This is technically an Oracle deck. There is also a Tarot deck, and I think she still has both of them up there. But she no longer has the sensual one, which I have as well. And isn't there a fourth one? I thought there used to be a fourth one. Maybe I'm incorrect there. I got a couple new decks today. Most of them are for affirmations because you guys know I love my affirmations. I hope you guys love affirmations too. You can always make up your own affirmations and give yourself your own affirmations. I have like stickers on my mirror in my bathroom, so when I look at them, it's like, oh, you're beautiful, and you're this and that and the other. I just like saying it. I just like it. But I did get one Oracle deck, so I'm gonna like look at that tonight, play around with that tonight, cleanse it tonight, and then I'll probably use it tomorrow. I don't know, for those of you that do follow the affirmations in the morning. I did them this morning, which I usually, like the last 2 weeks, I haven't done them on Monday, because I have to get up even earlier than usual. Tomorrow I have to get up even more earlier than usual. I hope I'm going to be able to do some affirmations. It might be pretty simple like this morning, but I'll try to do them. I just can't make any guarantees because I got to be up at like 1:30 in the morning, and it's like what, 6 o'clock right now, 5:30. I don't know what time it is. 5. I don't know. I should be in bed in like an hour. It's ridiculous. We got 2 on the table. And I know I didn't need to tell you all that, but you know. Okay, we got 4 on the table. Okay. I think the other read might be the positive read. Huh. I was literally just talking about forgiveness in the tarot read. Okay. We got 5 on the table. That like just literally popped out of there. We got 6 on the table. Let's do 2 more shuffles, because I think we can get the cards. We got 8 on the table. We got 9 on the table. Okay. Cha-ching. Why am I reminded of right now when you watch other readers and they do readings, and not every reading, obviously, but you'll watch readings and readers will be like, oh, you're over there minding your own business and all this stuff is going on behind the scenes. And then something or someone's going to come towards you and it's going to be like a miracle because you have no idea what's been going on this whole time. And now you're going to find out and you're going to be happier than you've ever been. Why am I getting that feeling with this read? And it's funny because I just did the collective tarot, and I said that someone could possibly be coming back with some type of information, and it wasn't like negative, like it was more like not necessarily positive either, but there it wasn't like, oh, they're going to come back and treat you like garbage and lie to you and all that. No, it was like somebody's going to come back, tell you the truth. It is what it is. That's their story, their side of the story, and you're going to have to digest it and move on from there. And now I'm getting this feeling like that whole scenario just popped into my head, like in a just like a reel of like me watching other tarot readers and them saying it. But it's funny because there's nothing. I mean, I got one more shuffle to go through, but there's nothing here to indicate that someone's even going to come back technically. Technically. Bottom of the deck right now is new love. Top of the deck is ancestors. Okay, one more shuffle. One more shuffle. Ten cards with bottom of the deck. Top of the deck is divine feminine energy, new love, heart chakra, new direction. Bottom of the deck is wealth and abundance, just wasa, death, and self-love. All right, we're gonna set this over here on the baggie. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys. It comes in a bag. Rare Rebel. All right. We've got Toxic. We've got the Moon. I should have brought water in here. I feel like I'm choking on my air again. And then it makes me want to cough, and I don't want to cough because then I strain my shoulder and my neck. It drives me nuts. We've got Forgiveness. Sorry, my ear itches. It's all those new piercings. Like they start to itch after a while. We got Air Element. We got Solitude. We got Spiritual Upgrade. Lucky Blessings. You know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about that. We got Manifest. And then the last card, it's actually one of my favorite cards. Listen Up. Bottom of the deck. I love music. I also like to listen. People tell me their stories all the time. Kids love me. Animals love me. People literally, when I worked in retail, I would have people come up to me, especially older people. Like older people, like freaking loved me. Especially when I was younger, before I got jaded. Yeah, they would come up to me and tell me their life stories, and I loved it. And then I went through a little period where I like didn't give a fuck and I was mean to everybody. I'm not even kidding. Like, yeah, probably like, well, I was in retail for over 20 years, so probably like maybe like 5, 6 years where I was just totally pissed off at everybody and everything. And then that went away. And then I ended up leaving retail anyway, so. Which I'm so glad. I could not. Like, I have to deal with people at work, yes, but not like that. Like, I still have the highest amount of admiration for people that have start out in retail like right now as newbies and people that have been there for 50 years. Like, you have nothing but my admiration, people, because I just can't. 20 plus years, I was done. I was done. All right. So feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. We have an air element here. Air element is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I think, okay, two little scenarios here, but only like a slight difference. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Whenever I sneeze, I pull my shoulder and neck too. It really drives me nuts. All right, I keep saying drives me nuts, drives me nuts. Someone was toxic. Someone was with the moon, deceptive, um, using, just in my opinion, the moon, like when I see the moon card, I think of A, deception, B, using energy to conceal something, like moon energy to conceal something, or passively trying to use the moon to transfer energy to conceal something. I get that a lot too when I look at it. And then the third thing that I get when I look at the moon is just like using the moon for positivity or using the moon for negativity. So, like magic, manifesting, black magic, that kind of thing. And you guys know how I feel about the moon. Be nice to the moon, and the moon will be nice to you. And quit treating the moon like shit. It drives me nuts. There was gossip. So, someone was saying toxic things, someone was gossiping. Again, someone is using the moon for some type of deceit, deceptive energy, to conceal energy. I was talking about, was I there yesterday or the day before, where I was saying that I felt like that I was watching, like a couple months ago, I was watching like my read for Gemini, and I was feeling other people's energy, like trying to use my sign to conceal who they were. And I know that sounds crazy, and you can totally think it's crazy, but when you're that in tune with what you have going on and what you know others have going on, baby, baby, like you can feel that. Like I just like the last couple months, like there was even like a week or two where I just stopped watching reads altogether. And I feel bad because I like to keep up with my favorites. Like I want to give them props, and I want to like their stuff and share their stuff, or whatever. But like I had to stop because every time I watched, and I've told you guys this before, I'm a Gemini, Virgo rising, a lot of Virgo in my chart, and then I have an Aries moon. And those are the three signs that I typically resonate with. And there was a time when like none of them, nothing, like nothing. And I just kept thinking like this isn't even my energy, this is someone else. And like I would think of specific people, like this is so and so's energy, this isn't me. Like what are they doing in my energy? Like they're using my energy. They're using my sign to cloak themselves. Like they're not a Gemini, they're not a Virgo, they're not an Aries. So like I said, I stopped watching readings for a little bit, and then when I picked it up, pretty much I was sticking to Gemini and Virgo. And then it was starting to happen with the Virgo. Like I was picking up on all this other Virgo energy that should have been people that, I mean, they might have it in their chart, but that's not what they are. And I was like, so I stopped watching Virgo because it was insane to me. And I just felt like people were cloaking their energy in other people's energy to come out in their reads looking as if they're these people and their energy. Like, oh, that's me. No, honey, that's not you. Why are you in my energy? Like, go back to your own energy. Again, if you don't understand, I understand. It probably sounds a little crazy. I mean, for me, it's not crazy, but I get it if you think it's crazy. Okay, so this is where, like, a little difference here on two little scenarios. So I think whoever this toxic gossiper is that uses the moon for no good wants to come into an air sign asking for forgiveness. This air sign, again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, is living their life in solitude. They're very spiritual. You guys know I don't believe in luck, but they have blessings coming in. They're manifesting their little tushies off, okay? And they're listening to divine guidance. And probably friends, family, that kind of thing, okay? Yeah. Or this person that's coming in for forgiveness is an air element. You're living like this: solitude, spiritual, blessings, manifesting, listening to your divine guidance. And this person wants forgiveness because they want these same things. Again, air element is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, technically, you could be that element or you could have it in your chart. Most people on the planet have like something from every element in their chart. Most. Not every, but most. Because I have a little bit of everything. The only thing, and I've told you guys this before, and I don't mind telling people this. I don't feel like this is anything that's necessarily to hide. Anybody that knows my birth date and where I was born can pretty much pull up my birth chart. The only thing that's going to make it exact is my time of birth. And when I did my birth chart, there was very, very little difference, like one or two signs different when I didn't use my actual time. So again, this person, oh, sorry, I was going to tell you guys, I have everything in my chart except Capricorn, Taurus, Pisces, and what's the other one? Aquarius. It could be both, right? Like you could be an air sign and this person could be an air sign. Like I have air sign friends. I know people, like I was friends with a Gemini, one of the ones that I let go after 20 years of friendship. She was a Gemini. I have two Gemini friends right now. My male boss is a Gemini. Like I know other people that are Gemini. I have an old friend from like kindergarten, one of my buddies who lives in Wisconsin with her husband and her two boys. She's an Aquarius. I think she's technically an Aquarius. I don't think she's a Pisces. Right? Pardon me. There's nothing here in this read to say that this person is actually going to come back. This is just someone that recognizes that they want forgiveness. And again, because there's nothing to say that they're actually going to come back, this could technically, and I just said this in the tarot reading, like, if somebody's coming back to me for forgiveness from the past, if they abuse me in any type of way, I don't, it's not for me to forgive them. I'm not going to forgive you. You can go to God for that. This person might be going to God for forgiveness. This might be someone that's like, I just heard stubborn. Like they might recognize that they should come to you and tell you the truth and say I'm sorry and ask for forgiveness, but they don't want to. Like a little stubborn kid, they don't want to. So this might be someone actually like going within and like talking to God and saying, hey, I don't want to talk to this person. I'm fearful of the confrontation, but I recognize that I did wrong and I really do feel bad about it. Will you forgive me? Honestly, you want my honest opinion on that? Only God knows what's in their heart and in their mind. If they're telling the truth, God's going to know they're telling the truth. Just like if they came to me and said, "Hey, Kim, I want to explain to you what happened in the past. I want to tell you how sorry I am. I hope you can forgive me." I'm probably going to pick up on whether or not they're telling the truth or not because I'm intuitive, a little bit psychic, right? I'm probably going to pick up on that. You know who is going to definitely pick up on that? God. God's going to pick up on that. So if somebody comes to me and tells me, I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean to, like blah, 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 will you forgive me? And I say, sure, yeah, I'll forgive you. But even that's it. Like there's no, like, oh, we're going to go back to being friends. Oh, we're going to be lovers, whatever. No, like they come in and ask for forgiveness. God is going to know whether they're being truthful or not. I can forgive that person all freaking day long. Is God going to forgive that person? Because I think there are two, what is it, integral parts to that, right? Because let me just say this. I've said this before. I haven't said this in a while, but I have said this before. I've said this many times in the past. Even when something happens to me, okay? And somebody does me wrong, somebody abuses me, whatever the case may be. It is not like I can call for judgment. I can say to God, please pass judgment on this person on my behalf. But it's not for me to make that judgment call. It is not for me to decide what that judgment is. That is always to God. That is for the divine. That is not for me. I've told you guys many times, like, I don't look at myself like that either. Even if God were to say, hey, you have the power, you make that judgment call, I don't consider myself divine. Maybe he does. Maybe the angels do. Maybe the dearly departed loved ones do. I do not. I consider myself a human, living out the human experience right alongside you, baby. To me, I leave that up to him. So even if someone were to come to me and be like, I'm telling you the truth, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. And even if I forgive them, God is going to know whether they're lying or not. And I already said, I don't call that judgment. God is going to call that judgment. So you can come in and pretend to be sincere all you want. I may or may not be fooled into not seeing what's in your actual heart and your mind, but God is not. And as far as I'm concerned, they're the ones that give up the judgment. So when people from the past come in to try and correct a situation, if they're not coming in correct, if they're not coming in truthful, if they're not sincere, oh honey, then you should have just stayed your ass at home. You should have just kept your mouth shut and went about your business and asked for mercy on your karma. Because when you do that, you're just digging the hole deeper. You're digging your hole deeper. Just if you can't apologize and be sincere about it, if you can't say you're sorry and be sincere about it, if you cannot ask for forgiveness and be sincere about it, stay your ass home. Crawl back into your hole and stay your ass home. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Feel free to put it in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. I'm not really picking up on that either way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really, because again, I don't even think this person is going to actually come in and say anything, if you want me to be honest. I just heard the word entitled. So this could be someone that would like come in begrudgingly, and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to do it. You know, can you forgive me? Oh, you're not going to forgive me?" Like somebody that feels like they're going to put in as little effort as possible, but it was so big of them to do so. So really, you should grant them that forgiveness, is what I'm seeing. Someone very cocky. Definitely ego. Again, it could be a feminine, it could be a masculine. I just got like the chills. Yeah, I know I'm sitting next to the window, but I'm usually pretty hot. And yeah, I mean sexy too. Huh. So just a couple things before I end, and they're just kind of obvious things because it's on the cards, it makes sense. Um this person, okay, well, first of all, it might have been more than one person. It could have been like one person instigating a bunch of people, okay, that were gossiping about you, that were talking shit to the moon, using the moon, that are toxic. This person, these people could be wearing masks. I just heard most definitely. And I'm not really, so when I look at this solitude card, I don't know, there's something about this solitude card. I want to say you're single, like whoever you are, you're single, you're alone. Because I kind of get alone, but not like in a bad way or anything, just like like when I look at this card, I hear, like, I just picture and I hear and I feel quiet. I don't know if that makes sense. And again, it says it says solitude. So I mean that makes sense. I'm not getting like lonely. It's almost like you're quiet and it's okay, and things around you are quiet and it's okay. Like you feel at home in the quiet. Like you feel at home in this pardon me, now I'm burping. In the solitude. And I know it's kind of funny because it almost looks like a winter card. Like it almost looks like the trees like have frosting on them, right? Or some type of snow or something on there. But when I look at this, and some people might look at this card and be like, "Oh, it's kind of dark and dreary." But when I look at it, it's like lit. Like to me, like definitely different than the manifest card. Like to me, the manifest card is darker. This is lighter. So it's like you're happy. you're content in that solitude, in that quiet. Like you are lit up. So like you might do better like coming up with ideas and working like when you're by yourself, when you're in the quiet, when you're in the solitude, as opposed to other people that like need sound and people and noise and background and all that jazz. Like you might be one of those people, like you just want to tune everything out, and that's when you're at your best. That's when you work your best. And this spiritual upgrade, okay, um when I look at this, like you're floating, like it's almost like you're constantly rising a step, like every so often, like you get that upgrade and you're just constantly like moving and you're going to keep going, is what I feel like. And I'm not getting anything bad about this, but I'm just gonna remind, and I know it's like we're getting into winter here, like fall winter, like it's getting pretty cold here most times, and again it's kind of dreary and all that. But if you can get outside to ground, if you can, and you don't like people like when they hear the word grounding, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go like hug a tree and take off my shoes and roll around in the dirt. No, no, you do not. Grounding is about getting out in nature and being surrounded by nature. So if you could just go for a walk in the neighborhood, I'm sure there's trees and bushes and little animals running around and things floating in the air like pollen, and I mean probably not now because it's winter, but or it's getting on to winter. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's being out there. Like you can still have that communal experience with nature. Okay? And I'm not saying that you're not doing it or anything like that. I'm just being called to remind people. And I can use that reminder too. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there because that's all that's really standing out for me. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I'm going to go play with all my new decks now. Again, I don't know if I'll do affirmations in the morning. I'm going to try. And then tomorrow evening, I'll do a tarot. I'll do a collective. Um, if I'm not too tired from working like 12 hours tomorrow, I might do more. We'll see. And then Wednesday will be like a regular, work day for me on the tube. So I'll do affirmations. I'll do a bunch of readings if I'm feeling the call, which I probably will. And then Thursday, I'm probably going to do affirmations, do the collective, do the tarot early and put them out early because I kind of just want the rest of Thanksgiving to myself. I'm not going to lie. But you never know. I might get called to read other stuff later. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. All right. I hope everybody has a good evening. I hope everybody has a great Tuesday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.